क्या आप IAS की तैयारी कर रहे हैं और कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स को 2.5 लाख तक की फीस नहीं पे करना चाहते? अगर हाँ, तो 22,500 रुपए में घर बैठ के StudyIQ के पेनड्राइव कोर्स के साथ आप IAS की तैयारी कर सकते हैं। आज ही विजिट करें studyiq.com।
Hello friends and welcome to StudyIQ. In this lecture, we will be discussing about the UPI 2.0, that is the Unified Payments Interface new version, that is UPI 2.0. In this lecture, we will see what are the key features of the new version of the Unified Payments Interface and also what is the significance of UPI 2.0. Let us start. What is UPI? It is Unified Payments Interface. UPI is a system that empowers multiple bank accounts into a single mobile application. That is, it merges several banking features. We can say that UPI is a real-time instant payment system. You might have done payments or financial transactions using UPI. It is an instant and very easy method in order to transfer money from one account to another account, and it is developed by NPCI. NPCI is National Payments Corporation of India. So it has been developed by the NPCI and it is regulated by the Reserve Bank of India. So why Reserve Bank of India is involved? Because Reserve Bank of India is the apex financial institution and this Unified Payments Interface facilitates interbank transactions. So the interbank transactions are of course monitored by the RBI. So here also the UPI is regulated by RBI and developed by the NPCI. Now coming into NPCI, National Payments Corporation of India. It is an umbrella organization for all the retail payments in the country. And in case of our UPI, the NPCI manages the UPI platform that facilitates instant fund transfer between two bank accounts on a mobile platform. So what is done by UPI? Fund transfer can be done between two banks through a mobile application, and this is facilitated or managed by the UPI platform. And this UPI platform is managed by the NPCI, National Payments Corporation of India. Now let us look into the history of UPI in India. In India, the Unified Payment Interface was launched on 11th of April 2016. So it has been 2 years after the launch of the UPI. And let us see how successful it was. Since 11th of April 2016, almost 45,845 crore value transactions have been done through the UPI. And if we consider the volume of transactions, it has been 235 million transactions. So we can say that the UPI has become successful in our country considering the volume as well as the value of the transactions done through the Unified Payments Interface. Now let us see what are the key features of the UPI 2.0, that is the new version of UPI. The first new additional feature is that it allows for linking of overdraft account. So earlier version of the UPI allowed for addition of only current account and savings account. So now in this UPI 2.0, the consumers can link their overdraft account as well to the UPI, and also all the benefits that are associated with the OD account shall be made available to the users. Second important feature is the one-time mandate. It means that the consumers can pre-authorize a transaction and then pay at a later date. So payment can be done later and this date can be provided prior by the consumers, and the amount will be deducted only on the pre-specified date. That is, if you want to make a payment, you can pre-authorize it today and then you can specify the date for after 1 month, for example, and the payment will only be deducted after 1 month on the day you have pre-specified. For example, if you want to make a EMI payment, you are providing a one-time mandate that every month a particular amount should be deducted from your account. So on this particular date, the particular amount would be deducted from your account. Third feature is that an invoice in the inbox shall be provided, which means that the merchant will be sending an invoice to the inbox of the consumer before the payment is made. So if you want to purchase something from a merchant, the merchant will send an invoice to your inbox even before the payment is made, and you can actually check the invoice, and then after checking the invoice you can make the payment. And what is the benefit? This will help the consumers to verify and view the credentials of the invoice. You can check whether it has come from the right merchant, whether the credentials are right or wrong. So after that you can make the payment. And why this feature has been added is because there were a lot of complaints about the mismatches in the payment requests received from the merchants and also the actual bills. So invoice amount would be different and also the actual bills would be different. So in order to solve this issue, the invoice would be sent to the consumer even before the payment is made, and the consumer can check the invoice and then make the payment. Another feature added by this new version of UPI 2.0 is that there is a provision for signed QR, that is Quick Response Code. So here what is happening is the user will be notified with information to ascertain whether the merchant is a verified UPI merchant or not. So at the time of making the payment, while you scan the QR code, you will be sent notification, and this notification will include the information about the merchant, and from this information as a consumer you can make sure whether the merchant is a verified merchant or if he is a fraud. And this feature will provide additional security to the consumers, and through this feature consumers can check the authenticity of the merchants while scanning the quick response code, and this will also help in bringing down the rates of tampering of the QR code. As we have seen, if the merchant is not a verified merchant, the consumers will be informed by the way of notifications. So this provision provides additional security for the consumers with regard to their payments. So these are the 4 important new features that are added in this new version of UPI 2.0. Now coming to the UPI member banks, there are 11 partner banks for the UPI 2.0. They are State Bank of India, HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, ICICI Bank, IDBI Bank, RBL, Yes Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, IndusInd Bank, Federal Bank and the HSBC. Now let us see what is the significance of this addition of new features into the UPI 2.0. First of all, it makes the digital payments safer. So security and safety of the digital payments are one important concern that is associated with digital payments. We have seen that the government is trying to promote digital payments and transfer the economy into a less cash economy. And on this journey, one important concern was regarding the safety and security of the digital payments. In many instances, consumers were faced with the problem of losing their money by making payments to fraudulent parties. And this new version of the UPI 2.0 allows the consumers to make their digital payments through a safer and secure platform. This is through providing the notifications while scanning the QR code, and also when you make a digital payment, and also when you make a digital payment for your purchases, an invoice will be sent to you. So through all this, safety and security for the digital payments is assured. And secondly, these features make the merchant payments smoother and also more efficient. For example, the one-time mandate, it improves the efficiency and also the ease of doing transactions. So this will lead to an increase in the number of merchant transactions on this platform. This will also lead to increase in P2M adoption. P2M is person to merchant. And with this new features, UPI has become very consumer friendly. For example, one-time mandates that allows the consumers to pre-authorize a transaction and make the payment later. So this is a very consumer friendly feature. So all this will make digital payments in the economy efficient and also consumer friendly, and this will obviously increase the digital transactions in the economy. And by improving the digital transactions in the economy, it will lead to making a less cash economy. You can find the PDF of this lecture on my Facebook page. Thank you.
क्या आप आईएएस की तैयारी कर रहे हैं और कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स को 2.5 लाख तक की फीस नहीं पे करना चाहते? अगर हाँ, तो 22,500 रुपए में घर बैठ के StudyIQ के पेनड्राइव कोर्स के साथ आप आईएएस की तैयारी कर सकते हैं। आज ही विजिट करें studyiq.com। क्या आप आईएएस की तैयारी कर रहे हैं और कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स को 2.5 लाख तक की फीस नहीं पे करना चाहते? अगर हाँ, तो 22,500 रुपए में घर बैठ के StudyIQ के पेनड्राइव कोर्स के साथ आप आईएएस की तैयारी कर सकते हैं। आज ही विजिट करें studyiq.com।